Excuse me. Greetings, everyone. This is me, Zahra, ex-Muslim, ex-Shia. Come to apologize to Jin Cartel and what I said about him and to Damade Bihar. So I'm kind of slow, have been. Sometimes when people are talking, even, I don't get them because they're not slow as I've become very slow. So after chasing after goodness and all this being attacked, so a lot of negativity. I was just so he came on the Beyond and Healing. He's my well wisher, and I don't know why he came there and asked me to change my name. Um, so I thought he was one of the enemies, who have a lot of that. And, I mean, kind of, but not my enemy. No, I have these kind of enemies who have been, and Shia's calling me ex sister. Me because of Shia. I thought he was calling me an ex sister because I'm an ex Shia, but I'm not sure if that is true. And I don't know why he came on. Maybe he thought I need to have a protector or a brother to help me, like I've wanted one here, right? So that's why I came there. And of course, I've been inviting my Shias to come for the healing. That's why I shared Beyond and Healing on my Facebook. Would love to see even my community, Koja Ishna Shari community, try this. There's no force, but you know what I mean? If you really, I just share things so much sparingly on my Facebook and all this for human rights and all my relatives, those friends, and really apologize to them also. There's so much human rights violations that I have to share videos on human rights violation. So must be really tiring. It's very, very tiring. It's very distressful, agonizing. And if you're working, oh my God, I don't know. I am unable to get up. And what's happening in Pakistan is outrageous also recently. And there's no way this person is near to even being a terrorist or anything of that sort. So I was sorry, so much negativity because of things on me and things I've gone through in life. Seeing, but this one is and saying things against the mother, and I apologize greatly. So even to Bihar Damat getting angry, I think I don't want to repeat myself what I said. So yeah, there is a positive way if you find out that, oh, this is my well wisher and he has my best interest at heart, and the reason should be something. He has a good reason to come there on the live stream of Bihar. Oh, sorry, Beyond and Healing. But I'm sorry that time I didn't get it. I'm sure he has my best interest. Okay, so about mothers and this, what I said, I apologize greatly. May God bless your mothers. And I'm sure you have a great mother. I'm sure of that. My best regards, loving regards to them. Uh, and all. So this is what I came to say here. Really, I don't want to talk about the ones who have lost their family members. Such a brutal, ruthless, heartless attack, taking lives. So I'm in a shock and all this. I hope you understand. And if my people, even my Shias, don't understand why I'm doing this or that, this is a false religion. It's okay. Even my brothers don't understand. So, uh, my own family members. My father's still a Shia. And I'm sure you know that I'm not forcing you to leave. Sometimes I get passionate about this. Oh, so and say leave like that, like it's a wrong way. One should not. When I'm preaching and one like so sometimes you might see that there's some hypocrisy in me or something, that I'm saying one thing and I'm contradicting. This is no force, but I would, of course, love to. I have to say that leave Islam when I see these terrible things in the Quran ayat. But that doesn't mean I'm forcing you. There's no force. Sorry, you decide. Yeah, there's a slight contradiction in me about this. So my best wishes and to Pakistan also, to all India, Pakistan, China, wherever. Wherever there are conflicts and uh, terrorism, France, Europe, America. Let's bring our thought, not even our thought, but just let's be empty for some time, silence. There are no words. When there are no words, for just a minute, had my family member been in that vehicle, you would not even hear of me here on the live stream. So, okay, little do I understand of life. I repeat my words, what I said long time ago. Losing my beautiful mother. What a beautiful soul. Kind, sweet. So wishing all the broken, crushed, for the broken, for the crushed. I'm still in a shock about the reason. So when you fall or God forbid something hits you, and at that time like something hit my head, At that time, I didn't feel anything. I was in a shock, or maybe the wound, it even physically, not even being in a shock, but it didn't hurt in the beginning. But then later on, you get the bruise and it starts hurting. So maybe right now, what's happened in Parachinar, I'm still in a shock. Okay, so I don't know. So I guess my community members, Shias, are not going to. I have to try harder, it seems, to show you. So even to my mother's side, Koja Ishnashari, father's side, I guess I have to try harder then because since Jin cartel. So this is the way I should have. Sorry, I thought my enemy had come there and was trying to distract my healing and all this. I get very easily distracted. So I apologize for that. So there's a positive way when you know who you're talking to. But no, I think it's my. It's not even my fault. I cannot because when a mad person, you can. Sometimes there's a disclaimer. There's a lot of negativity in me, so you know you just have. Sorry if you don't under. I'm sure you understand. It's just that at times I don't understand what's going on, and I don't know who I'm talking to. So if I've been rude or any to anyone and their mother, their parents, I apologize greatly to the rest of you who have my best interest at heart. So please understand that I also have your best interest at heart. And of course, with joy, happiness, but the things going on around the world and have been, how can I be happy, right? Um, I can't be happy. Sorry, I have to put it this way. This is, so the truth is my happiness. That I intentionally put, not, I want to be with my loved one. That's something that I can't, sometimes I feel helplessly going towards my loved one, wanting my loved one to be with me, spending time with them. But this I intentionally put forward. I love the truth and justice and welfare of humanity, welfare. So those suffering. Um, sorry, I didn't understand God's maslihat, and I don't understand even now in Hinduism. Let's just call it Sanatan Dharma Hinduism. Sorry, I know that some Indians might disagree with it to call it Hinduism, but for the brevity, just for the brevity, okay. Um, like in my Islam, for my religion, I could understand God's Masihat. And sometimes I couldn't make out, like, God, are you testing me or are you punishing me for something that I don't know about? And since in Shia Islam, 12 Shia Islam, we don't have reincarnation. So I don't know what I was being punished for, maybe, or what lesson God was trying to tell me that I'm teaching you this lesson. So I was confused. I didn't know, but they say always to be grateful for the hurt that someone or something like that. So, yes, being grateful, but also I felt that I had to understand, because if I don't understand something, but yet there's a higher wisdom in that. So, if you're grateful, then it should all, sending love to wounded, the wound. So, just sending love would help alleviate or heal. Healing. It's very healing, very soothing, very healing, sending love to the wounded. So also being grateful when you don't understand, when you're uncertain. Thank you, God. Sometimes like losing, separate from a loved one. Emotionally, it was very hard for me. It was like I wasn't getting patient. Uh, Patience, fruit of patience was not in my hand. So it was very hard for me to emotionally understand, although I should have said, thank you, God, for this. Thank you. In hard times, even I would tell my mother, I mean, don't you trust in God, whatever is happening. So there was a time I was quite quiet. I became very, when I got the patience to stop working for something like reconciliation um, with my teacher, I was very grateful for that. Patience was not coming to me, and when it came to me, I was very grateful. I stopped going for reconciliations, working for that. So then emotionally, I understood also, right? That sometimes there there's the will of another person, and so you might, we are not helpless. We have options. Like if we lose a job, we can find another one. Although this job you would really love, but you lost it, or I lost it, and we want the same job, but we can't get the same job. So we have to look for another job. So keep our options open and not be attached to anything. Any job that we love, we adore, we enjoy. So there's, and then, so I learned in life to keep my eggs in different baskets. If this relationship is not working, then go for another relationship. And when you're suffering or something you can't understand, don't, not to put others in pain, your family members. So there was something God's mercy had. It took me 6 years to understand the mysterious ways of God. And then thank Him much to lose a human being and her relation, her company. That things can never be the same, and we can never, like, even apologies. It's just difficult. It was very difficult to understand. So God, anyways, I should be thanking God, but I didn't have the, I was so restless that I was so much in pain, actually. I know this is, maybe I'm making an excuse, some people would think. But I was so in much in pain that I couldn't understand. When there were people, 20 years of marriages have ended, and there's so much going on. I couldn't understand how we couldn't work out a relationship. So sometimes a relationship has to go. You have to let go of that person. So free will or something, or maybe they say karma, or maybe the other person's life. Some say this. Oh God, it went on and on. So you would think I'm such a dog, like a irreligious dog who couldn't be grateful for even not understanding why this relationship couldn't work out. So, or like I believed in working it out together, making peace, making. So then I had to really sit myself and talk to myself about this. That if the will of the teacher or someone you love is not involved, then we can't somehow we can't force or we can't even uh, appeal to their hearts. We can't appeal to their hearts to work it out together, to reach out, to find someone who's wounded, or God sends them like God sent Elijah in the Bible story, the fifth mountain of written by Paulo Coelho, the book by Paulo Coelho. Elijah was sent to one woman to save her, one lady, mother, and her son. She got a miracle. I think her son became well. He was sick, or like the Quran verse on Hazrat Musa, where the mother was not getting was not finding peace until she and Musa was not Moses' mother. In the Quran, it says Musa was rejecting the milk of other women until his mother. So sometimes God, Surah Taha. So I was a fish out of water. Yes, I could understand. I was rejecting uh, uh, the others who loved me. And I just couldn't understand why this teachers why we couldn't work it out, right? Why her door was closed, and not in a stubborn way, but in a really deep manner. Like, why can't we work this out? Like, some parents would stay together. I wouldn't advise them to do that, but if you want to, for the children's sake, when the love is gone, very two different. And so this I could understand because I thought in my own experience that once married, till death do us part and all this, right? Like the Christian way. I was like that. I couldn't understand. Sorry. So in Surah Taha, it says, we cooled the eyes of Moses' mother. You see, I couldn't understand. And people were like, maybe she's ungrateful. You should be grateful. You see, here, Moses' mother did like save and part from her infant son, a 1 year old. Anyways, but she was restless, and then God See how restless she was, which what ayat number I'm forgetting. And then people would say, oh, she's, forget people, like, right? You just need to understand for yourself, I guess. Where's Quran.com? Oh, I hope you understand. I apologize greatly. I really mean it. I got it wrong because of my condition, things, the way things are going. Sometimes I think I should stop everything. Just no, just be with myself and my true self. Not come here and say I want to help people. I don't even know what life is about. So this year I was confused in my life. Like there, some of my own Shias would say she's not grateful. Whatever Imam Ali used to say that when you're sick, be optimistic and all the, like be grateful when Imam Zainal Abidin, like it's like God accepted the sacrifice and he, after Karbala, he prostrated, I'm told, right? Oh, and I would also at the same time think, how could Shaitan, Iblis, go against the command of Allah? There was a time when I couldn't understand that part. And then I'm I'm saying like people Shia sorry, Muslims, if Muslims told me to understand this, be grateful and thank God. I was like, understand this. Explain it to my heart. Sometimes there's like no consolation. So I really liked, I understood Whitney Houston song, Miracle. Don't ever let go of a miracle. Nothing can take its place. Seems as though nothing can console me. Godless today, I pray that someone come listen. Cause nothing should matter, not when love lives inside us. Don't ever throw away a miracle. Love is a miracle. And the beloved, sometimes God sends someone, maybe the others, I hope my friends and family friends would understand that. See, with my grand aunt also, I didn't go like, because she never gave me that reason. But like when she was not well, my mother would not, they wouldn't allow me to see her. Uh, yeah, my mother told me, no, you can't. It's better you don't see her. Mimi, when Mimi, my grand aunt passed away, cancer. And then like I could go to her and say, it's not working, Mimi, with my teacher. Me हमारी नहीं बनती है. Mimi gave me this prayer, I remember. It's like, close your hands, say, Ain Seen Cough. This is for the enemy, like, and then open, right? Ain Seen Cough. Yeah, I've forgotten now. So you close your hands, you close your fingers, and then open them. Oh, so I wish I had. I could have given all that attention that I gave to my teacher to Mimi, my grandaunt, gone to her house more, met her more, spent more time with her than my teacher, but it wasn't working. So here is the thing, Surah Taha at 39. Cast him into the chest and cast it into the river, and the river will throw it onto the bank. There will take him an enemy to me and an enemy to him. And I bestowed upon you love. Anyways, this is God's love for Moses. But what happens to Moses' mother? And we favored you when your sister went and said, shall I direct you to someone who will be responsible for him? So we restored you to your mother. Some mothers are not, some children are not restored to their mother. Oh, so I had, you see, when a child dies or is a target, you're not alone. But I don't know how you feel. I'm sorry, I can't compare. I know that. I also, but just that my mother lost two. One sister of mine in infancy, I don't know how many months she was old, an infant daughter of my mother. I was alive. I mean, I was some years, I don't know how many years old. There was negligence by the caretaker. So I was in my mother's room. She was in the caretaker's room. My sister, infant sister, she died of being the ayah, the maid in Karachi. She was feeding my sister, infant sister Salwa, and she went to sleep. And so my infant sister Salwa choked on the milk bottle and died. My father came. I was sleeping in the cot in my parents' room. He told me, Zahra, Salwa has passed away. Go back to sleep. Before that, not so drastically, with such negligence. My mother's firstborn infant daughter passed away. Then she was not able to conceive for 4 years. My father had to get a prayer from Allama Rashid Torabi and Tawiz and amulet. And that's when I was born and survived. My mother then conceived me, and I survived. I'm the second born surviving child of my mother. So, and my father told me that we're not supposed to go to infant's grave. We don't have to go there. I was never taken to my infant sister's graves, Farah and Salwa. So you see here, God even for this, you kill someone. But here, so this is the thing. So we restored you to your mother that she might be content and not grieve. So this, I might be cold. This is how we say it in Arabic. Qurrat al-ain. So we returned you. We'll nurse and nurse. Nurse and rear him. So we returned you to your mother. So that her eye may be cooled. Ainuha. Yeah, means Qurrat al-ain. So that her eye may be cooled. And not she grieves, and that she doesn't grieve. So maslahat, God's maslahat. I was not able to understand at that time when I was separated from my teacher. Blasphemy. A lot of things. So I'm sorry when someone loses someone. Uh, ooh, the hell I've been through. I can't seem to, like, the 6 years that God didn't give me patience, or I felt that I didn't get patience. I wasn't able to. I was extremely restless. So I hope no one goes through that kind of a hell for 6 years, or even a year, or even a month, or maybe a month. It's okay to grieve and grieve your heart out. 2 months, okay, but after that, even the doctor, that physician I was taken to by my friend, he told me you have to take this sedative. It's not at that time doctor. So imagine, right, when Yusuf's father, like my therapist, Shia therapist, told me that if Hazrat Yaqub was alive, definitely he would need a psychiatrist, like therapy and all this, maybe even medicine, right? So even Yaqub was not able. So Hazrat Yaqub, and so my friends or the Shias or Muslims who think that she was ungrateful. Yeah, you can say that there's when I found Shakti Goen's book, Creative Visualization. You can tell yourself that God's अल्लाह की कायनात में कोई कमी नहीं है, right? So if you lose someone, God will give you someone else, and God even Khazar came and killed that boy. God couldn't bless that boy. So I was praying that. So even Hazrat Yaqub crying, and they were telling him, "Don't cry so much; you will lose your eyesight." Right. So I wrote on Hazrat Yaqub and myself, the psychic confusion. But I felt that God, in relationships, we're supposed to, two believers, make peace, reconcile, stop. Oh, at that time, it was, even my father told me, it's haram to stop talking to, a fellow human being more than 3 days. For more than 3 days and not making up and reconciling or keeping a grudge and keep stop talking to that person. It's haram in Islam. It's forbidden in Islam. If you have a fight or argument, you're supposed to go and make peace, shake hands. It's haram in Islam to stop talking to someone. Your brother, or at that time it was like very, very, then we're growing up. Like at one time when I was even 19 years old in my house, looking at the soil, I was go inside. Why can't people, after all, I'm going to go down here in this soil. Death will come. Life is too short. Love, relationships are important. Money will come. Don't worry about money, right? When you don't have, I wasn't a money lover. Thank God, my father was given everything. We had a lot, but I was relationship. If so, especially when in this with Mr. So. So we would die, and then a leaf would fall, and Professor Merce told me to do some gardening. Maybe I will. I thought maybe he's giving me these exercises, so then he would be able to hypnotize me and get me out of this reincarnation problem. Maybe it's a reincarnation problem that I have to get out of. So until I'm not hypnotized and they don't take me deeply into this, I would not be able to come out of it. Remember Dr. Wees? Then I found Dr. Wees's book. The Shias don't agree to this, that it could be the therapy won't work until maybe it's a. So for Dr. Wees, a case came to him. Right, the lady was not able to reconcile with something in her life. Then he found out he somehow hypnotized her, or he found out that it's a reincarnation thing problem. That, and that was the only way this anxiety or whatever the lady had, the problem or depression, could be resolved in her. In her, Dr. Brian Weiss, many masters, many lives. The, in this, he gives her his first case on this, which through therapy, psychiatry could not be resolved. And you know how nonchalantly we kind of blame the other person for not coming out of, or spoiling or destructing, going into self destruction in their lives because they've lost someone, that's separated from someone. They didn't thank God enough. You should thank God, or even thank God, like for they haven't thanked God for losing the one they love or separated from the one they love. So many masters and many lives. I don't know if this is true, but my aunt, I don't know if I even should say this. I heard from my aunt. I wasn't even asking, but when Benazir Bhutto was Shaheed, my aunt told me that she was in Dubai. So my mother's aunt's daughter, was very attached to her. They were friends and all this. So now she wasn't getting rest right after Benazir's shahadat. So her mother told her that you need to go to the grave of Benazir's mother. Maybe that way you would get rest. Like my mother, when my aunt who lived with me went abroad, she was married now. She left. We had lived together she was in our house for some years. I had a nervous breakdown. Then when my mother, Sayyid Zeenat, was there in the house, in our house, and my mother said, come, come, come. I had a nervous breakdown. I couldn't stop crying and missing my aunt, late Aunt God. She told me, come, come, I'll tie you at the alarm. And that's when she tied me, and then all of a sudden, my nervous breakdown, all it stopped. crying and all. I stopped missing my aunt like that. So sometimes things don't work like that, you see. Even for my teacher, it didn't work like that. Many lives, many masters. Dr. Brian Weiss. Now he started to hypnotize. I think he now goes deep into the matter with the reincarnation and all this. He had to risk his profession. You see, people, a psychiatrist, past life therapy he does, yeah. People would say, what nonsense is like, right? Professional psychiatrists would say, what in the world are you into, Dr. Reese? This is crazy. Or have you lost your mind? There's no, this thing for it, evidence. But it worked. So yes, it worked. But some people are like, there's no evidence for reincarnation, and it's against our professional thing, psychiatry, all this, judgment. Instead of understanding hearts and so terrible, terrible. People, some of us are here to risk his profession. You get it? For this. Go the mile. Go the mile. So I would say what I learned from my mother is that understanding hearts. And then when I read in Robert Schuller's book, God asked Solomon, what do you want? He said, I want a discerning, meaning for judgment or something, right? But what Robert Schuller wrote is an understanding heart. Or maybe what I got from his book was discerning heart would mean an understanding heart. So every case we see in a different light. We don't compare. Sometimes, yes, precedent for law, common law, and common law. But sometimes the case is very different, and you need to then to approach it in a different manner. Maybe it will break your scientific ways, or oh, this is a unusual case, and we've never so we can't apply science to this to resolve. Oh, here the magnetic electricity doesn't work. What's wrong with this? Or so there's some cases like this. We need to approach it. We have to go the distance, like Moses. For example, in this religion, Judaism and Christianity also, because there was a Christian talking about Moses. So this, okay, so any one of you, I'm sorry, any one of you Shias who have been following me, no, who have been here with me, listening to me, thank you for listening. I really appreciate it. If it's hard to let go, I know it's also my conditioning. I go back to the Nohas. I didn't know how to grieve. Like I was like Parachinar recently. So Nohas or trying to understand this, Beta Ali Asghar, it really got to me. So my way is maybe you'd see me dancing or something and you'd say, "What's wrong with her?" Right? It's my expression of taking my mind off when I'm shocked. So sometimes, if you to avoid that, you know, taking my mind off, then coming back to it later when you can, uh, you would think, I'm being terribly, terribly psychotic or rude. So never judge a book by its cover, and sometimes you have to get out of that. What is normal, conforming to the usual society way, or what our religion has told us. So I could have sat there yesterday, Noah. It would not have consoled me. I would have been, you see, I couldn't cry or anything, and the feeling was too much. Bad feeling, sad feeling. Beta, like from a Shia, I heard that 6 months old child. So, oh, okay, sorry, excuse me. And I couldn't understand. So I could have gone listening to the Noha. Maybe I would cry, maybe. But I was so restless. I thought, no, this is not going to work. I could start saying that Noha, beta Ali Asghar, na posh paraya na tere सालगिरह की बातें न सुनी प्यार की तुझ माए लगा है न तेरा ब्याह रचाया अली असगर or that other one by such forgotten the Noha Khan's name. Noha, the person who recites the Noha. So what is it? O Ali Akbar ka, O Ali Asghar कहाँ, O Ali Akbar कहाँ, मेरी उम्मीदें गई, मेरे सहारे गए, जिसको समझती थी जहाँ आज वो दश्त में तना. See, I can't. Sorry. Okay. Oh, and yeah, I did say right that Jin cartel is nowhere near terrorism or anything, but I sometimes don't understand. I think my mother would understand if I told her that I find this religion to be so. Amma, if you follow, let's say I'm talking to my mother, right? Maybe that's way you would understand. Amma, if we follow this religion, this is a terrorist religion, then aren't we terrorists? Once we find out the truth about something, and not on, so wouldn't be then be so how you see it from which place you take it, right? Or shall we? So as a Shia also, I thought about Yazid. You see, because of Hazrat Dawood also, we both ways, the David and the Dawood, Hazrat Dawood and the brothers, you. So what was it? See, it's in the Quran. So, behold, this is my brother. Surah Saad ayats. So taking it from, I thought my Shias, religious scholars, and had done a great. Like first, you have to leave the imam, Prophet Muhammad, do your research on Islam. Then, when you find that Ali and all this part of Ahlul Bayt, Prophet and Ahlul Bayt and some Sahabas who were with them are right, totally right, completely. There's no doubt about that. Then you accept that, right? That's what I was told, that they did unbiased, unprejudiced research on this. But I found out that my Shia did not do an unprejudiced, unbiased, honest research. I don't know why I don't know why they wouldn't see the things I have seen. So is it my way I'm showing you, or against the truth, haq, that is with Ali? Ali is with the truth and all this, and Prophet Muhammad? Or am I seeing what history in broken pieces, Islamic history, extracting the truth out of it, what truth went against Prophet Muhammad and even Ahlul Bayt? So forget the Sahabas who were with them or who were against them, and they were hypocrites, like Yazid being a Muslim or Muawiyah. So this is how, then how do you take it? So I had to put my, no, when we're doing research, we have to leave behind our belief, what we were taught by our religious scholars and told. And it was like, here he's made an error, something very easy. Maybe the Shias can see this. You see in Surah Azab, ayat 4. He practiced a pagan Arab adoption. We all know this, Shias. So that is merely your saying of your mouths. Where does he? I think it's the fifth ayat then. You made an error. Now, in this, this, okay, it's not a sin. It's not a sin because before they were all polytheists, right? But Prophet Muhammad, according to Shia Islam, was not a polytheist. If it's the Sahabas who made a mistake or some polytheists and now they're Muslims, then you can say yes. Okay, it's not a sin. It's just an error. Error. So, in which you have erred. Now, who has erred? So 12 verse Shia's multilingual Quran. It's very, very simple, right? Please see this. It's very simple. Okay, the Sunnis say that Prophet Muhammad at this time, when he made Zaid his adopted son, gave him his name, was not a Muslim. Didn't know he was a that he would get revelations, that he was a prophet. Sorry, uh, he didn't know he was a prophet. He was going to be a prophet. God was going to choose him at this time. So here the Sunni side is right, because then he's made an error in ignorant, like he was not he didn't know he was a prophet at this time. Sunnis are right, he made an error. So this is for him in Surah 33 ayat 5, right? And the commentary, you can see, where is it? Commentary is here, under Surah, same Surah ayat 4, right? That in the market of Akkad, Zaid bin Harith was being sold as a slave. The Holy Prophet, this is Shia commentary. Holy Prophet knows he's a Holy Prophet from the Shia side. The Holy Prophet purchased him. He knows it. Then how can he be in error? Or if you're saying that, no, if you're saying the Muslims who did this, the polytheists who did this, who became Muslims, were in error. No, the Holy Prophet himself did it. How can the Holy Prophet do this? So he's in error right here. In the market of Akkad, Zaid bin Harith was being sold as a slave. The Holy Prophet purchased him and adopted him as his son, the father of Zaid. When he came to know that his kidnapped son, the Holy Prophet doesn't even know that the son is kidnapped. We thought he's been given all this knowledge, as Shias, ilm ilm ghaib, ilm laduni, like Hazrat Khidr now. That was Musa at that time. Now this prophet needs to have all the ilm in the world, ilm al ghaib also from God. How can he even adopt a son who's been kidnapped? That's just not right in law. In the what you call it. If a if you find lost, kidnapped, father has lost his son, like in Surah Yusuf, what is the person supposed to do when they find them? Is to go saying, has anyone go proclaim, has anyone lost a son, kidnapped son he adopted? Has anyone's son been kidnapped? You're supposed to declare this news, give it out. Please find the father. This is a kidnapped son. He's purchased. So the Holy Prophet has purchased him and then adopted him sold as a slave. This is coming from the Shia side. So definitely then this ayat, this part of the ayat also includes Prophet Muhammad, right? That you made an error. This part. How can it be that no blame is on you concerning that in which you made a mistake? It can be no blame on those who were polytheists, didn't know they were uh, like the prophet had not yet come to them, right? Or declared himself as a prophet of Islam, and so come to this religion, and they had not become Muslims. So there's no mistake on them if they didn't practice this. Or sorry, they practiced this adoption. There's no blame on them if they practice this kind of adoption because they were polytheists. Islam had not come. But the Holy Prophet, according to Shia Islam, knows that he's a Holy Prophet. So, not declaring it or anything, he cannot practice the polytheist way because he knows himself, he cannot. Others can. Other polytheists can practice their religion. But at that time, Prophet Muhammad, who knew, but only the time had not come for maybe declaring that he's a prophet, he cannot practice such a polytheist practice because God says here, it's not me. In retrospect, like you made a mistake. There's no blame on you concerning that in which you made a mistake, right? This should not apply to the Holy Prophet, the Shia belief, Holy Prophet, right? Or no? Even though not declaring that he's a Holy Prophet, but he knows he's a Holy Prophet. Simple as that, right? He doesn't make errors. So on this also, let alone Surah Tahrim, Ayat 1. How many times have I come here? And then in Surah, see, multilingual Quran. We go to Surah Jinn. There can never be a time that the Holy Prophet made even an error. He was infallible, Masoom. Can he even make an error like Hazrat Musa, now the previous prophets? Excuse me. Hazrat Musa didn't know at that time that he was a prophet, that he was going to be made a prophet, right? When he killed the man, accidentally he wanted to stop the fight or he got involved in the fight and he killed. He just punched the man, and Musa must be so strong, Moses, that he killed the man. He didn't intend to kill the man. Anyways, whatever it was, but he killed the man. He at that time didn't know that God was going to make him a prophet. And this same line, the Sunnis take for the Holy Prophet. That's why they can say this makes sense for them here, that you made there's no blame on you, that you made a mistake. Holy, meaning Holy Prophet also is involved in Surah 33 ayat 5. So now we go to, but look at this Shia stance on this 12 verse. Look at what Puya Ali commentary. I think this is Ali commentary. I'm not sure. If it's Aka Mehdi Puya commentary, then they say it's in blue also printed. So the universal, this is a commentary, Shia commentary on 72:28. So he may know that they have truly delivered the message of their Lord, and he encompasses what is with them, and he records the number of all things. The universal will of Allah exercises absolute authority, right? From Ismailism, we find out the universal intellect, the first thing God created is the light, and Prophet Muhammad has said, I am the light. I am this universal intellect, meaning, so for the Ismailis also, the universal will, okay, this is the will of Allah, exercises absolute authority. The will of Allah takes effect as soon as it is willed. There is no gap of time or space between them. No gap. So when this Prophet Muhammad, what Allah wills is what Prophet Muhammad wills. There's no gap. So there's nothing which we do, nothing which takes place that is not known to him, nothing is outside this, or is, but also that the Holy Prophet cannot make a mistake, right? We can't go against the will of Allah. Shias, for the Shias. So Aka Medipuya, where is it now? This one, sorry. The knowledge of Allah is infinite. In the light of these verses, the knowledge of the infinite had been transferred to the Holy Prophet so that his finite wisdom should manifest the wisdom of the infinite. The knowledge of Allah is infinite, endless, unending. This unending knowledge has been given, transferred to the Holy Prophet, so that in his not endless wisdom, that is limited wisdom, or it's unlimited, so in Prophet Muhammad's limited wisdom, so that his limited wisdom should manifest the wisdom of the unlimited knowledge of Allah. Unlimited, right? Depository of acknowledge infinite. It's the real knower that the finite is the depository of acquired knowledge, which is limitless of Allah, which they put in English infinite, meaning limitless, endless. Therefore, whatever the Holy Prophet said to inform people about the unseen is from Allah and therefore true. These verses also assert that the actions of the Holy Prophet were so in accord with Allah's infiniteness, will. You see, with Allah's will. And remember, there's no distance between His will, right? The universal will of Allah exercises absolute authority. The moment He wills, be and it is. It's be and it is. So there's no distance, no time lapse between His will, and so the actions of the Holy Prophet cannot, they have to be in line with Allah's will and command, that His reliability and His sinlessness, infallibility, masumiyat, are guaranteed. Meaning when you're masum, you can't make a mistake. When you're infallible, 100% you're infallible. Shias know this, right? So there was no question of any error, even. Not a sin, an error in ignorance or mistake being committed by the Holy Prophet, him, meaning the Holy Prophet, right? So there's a contradiction in Surah Azab, ayat 5. And even in the commentary section, it's so in detail, it helps you to see that the Holy Prophet really adopted Zaid by the custom, Polti's custom. And so when God is saying there's no blame on you for the error you made, He refers to Holy Prophet also adopting Zaid according to the pagan Arab Polti's custom. He's included in that verse, Surah Ahzab, ayat 5. And what's worse is that I find out through my Shia account that they accept that Zaid was kidnapped, son. What are you supposed to do? You're not supposed to buy a kidnapped son even. When you see someone who's not, so in the slavery and all this, they forgot that the son is kidnapped, buying slaves. Now, kidnapping in Islam would be that mischief, right? That your hands and feet or um, those who war against Allah. This also. Allah and Prophet Muhammad. Tell me if I'm going far, not slow enough for you to understand, grasp, to see this. Now, without this is academic, this is without any bias or anything, right? The laws of the ayat, Quran laws are what? So for kidnapping, wait a minute. Now, I could show you, but mischief, those who make mischief in the world, on earth, sorry, uh, kidnapping in Shia Islam. What is the penalty? Unwarranted abductions. Abductions warranted? Can there be any? The Shia families fall into a further despair. Oh, this is in somewhere. Just imagine, God forbid, if a Shia is abducted by Sunni in Pakistan, right? Shia cleric kidnapped in Pakistan. See, Maulana Agha Haider Ali Hadi. What are the? You're not supposed to kidnap anyone, and if you kidnap someone, if so, he should have he should know, right, as to not adopt. In they should be very careful that if a slave boy comes to them, that they should not that they should make sure before buying them. So they should not buy them like that. Before buying them, they're supposed to find out, like Imam Musa Kazim said, this money I cannot, or Imam Ali Raza, this money I cannot accept. This money give me two dirhams or two gold coins, but or silver coins. But this money I cannot accept from you because you know what? This has come from how he earned it from there. This was a stolen money from there, like that, for example, right? Something like this I read, loosely put by me. Sorry, I'm not a good narrator. This money was stolen from that person then, and this owner doesn't know, and he was given like as a gift or something. I cannot accept this money. For example, I think Imam Jafar Sadiq, let's take one of the Imams, right? So I'm just taking names like this. Or was it Imam Musa Kazim? Or was it Imam Jafar Sadiq, his father? Or was it Imam Ali Raza? You remember that vaguely, if you've known about that hadith, Imam rejected that money, saying that you have given me this. This money has come from stolen money. I can't accept this. But I will accept the two coins here, or the two silver coins, or dirhams, dinars, right? Oh my God. So sold as a slave, kidnapped son. The father came. When he came to, the Holy Prophet doesn't know. What if he knew? Imams have told us further, later on, what? They didn't take this money that must have been stolen somewhere. It was haram. It had that haram thing, right? In the chain of lines, somewhere in the chain of lines where they got the money from. This part, haram money. I can't take it. I can't accept it. And he wasn't told. Imam tells the person who gave him the money, wanted to give him as a gift or as khums, right? My goodness. So put in a layman's way, I'm not able to explain properly, I think. That's why the Shias, some of you have not understood. See, there's no bias right now. Is there any bias in me? Prejudice? Any anger? Is that shown, or I'm just academically showing you? Mistake being committed. Any error, mistake being committed by the Holy Prophet. So also the I'm helping the I hope so if you don't want to but this is the gist. It is there, right? If you don't want to believe in no, you can't say I don't want to believe in this because we all know that Prophet Muhammad as Shias he was sinless, al Masum and reliable and he had to follow the command of Allah and his Allah's will. He did. And when Allah said be, and it is, he didn't have to wait for any, uh, uh, if Allah willed, it bees, it becomes in him. There's no distance. He cannot go against Allah's will. He's a prophet, holy prophet. I'm not talking about a Sahaba like even Abu Dhar or Miqdad. Oh, Miqdad was Imam Ali's. Was he? Okay, like Abu Dhar was, I know for sure. The holy prophet Sahaba, right? At the holy in the time of at the time of the holy prophet Abu Dhar. Yes. So or a little after, but with the what do you call it? What do they call this? The ones who haven't met, or they're the sons of the Sahabas, or the word I do. It's they are the second class Sahabas, the first class. Oof. So sorry, I'm really tired, and yeah, this. Prophet Muhammad, hello, Shias. Sorry to put it this way. I don't. Prophet Muhammad was infallible, right? Even if Aka Mehdi Buya didn't say this, and he cannot commit an error, even mistake. I'm not talking about sins. I'm talking about an error, like for example here. He cannot, right? Whether Aka Mehdi Buya says it or doesn't say it, we all know. Shia belief. Holy Prophet cannot make an error. Not talking about sins. Cannot commit a mistake or error. Reliability. Allah's will and command that work in him autonomously or without like automatically work in him in the Holy Prophet's actions in him. So his actions cannot contain any error. This we know. This is unanimously agreed by all Shia ulamas, imams. Let's put it this way. So about the guard to march him, actually they've explained which ayat like this. So he needs a guard. Now there is a distance, the angel or guards who march before him and after him. But in himself, we are told, unanimously agreed by all Shias, right? Shia ulamas and imams, that Prophet Muhammad doesn't contain even a single speck of mistake or error, right? He's infallible, he's masoom, he's errorless, mistakeless. And this is how Allah's infinite knowledge and will work in the Holy Prophet. this holy prophet. Please don't go to Musa. Right? Musa at that time didn't know he was a prophet, but we are told that unanimously agreed by all Shias that holy prophet at all times knew that he was a holy prophet. And this is how the will of Allah infinite works, and does his finite wisdom, holy prophet, so that his finite wisdom should manifest. It's manifest. It's not even created. But Allah says, when I intend a thing, I say to it, be, and it is. Whether created or what, but it manifests. And light, light, there's no, like, the movement in light is so less that you can't, it's absolute light. So there's no place for error. It moves so fast that you would say that it's it doesn't, sorry, it's just, it doesn't, there is no movement in light. So there's so no distance. When Allah wills, in the knowledge of Allah, which is endless, in the light of, okay, these verses of the infinite knowledge of Allah, this has been transferred to the Holy Prophet so that his limited wisdom should manifest, like be, and it is manifest, not create, manifest, right? Moment you go to the mirror, you look at you, it's so immediate, right? In front of the mirror, your face doesn't take time. You can see the reflection of your face. This is how quick it is. There's no gap. No gap. That's how he's infallible and without error, so he doesn't make any mistakes. Unanimously. Now, your religious scholar has explained it in the most brilliant way, right? But it's anonymous, it's agreed by all religious scholars. Anonymously. Anonymously. Or, oh, keep forgetting words also. I think I need to take an allergy pill. Unanimously agreed. Got the word. Right word. Not anonymously. That's like unknown person. Unanimously agreed what Aka Medipuya has explained perfectly. So then tell me, how can he make an error here? So that's why I was sided with the Sunnis when the Sunni told me that no, here, like Hazrat Musa didn't know he was a prophet and he made a mistake. It's not called a sin by mistake. He killed a man. So how can there be? So you see, Prophet Muhammad adopted Zaid, who was also a kidnapped son, sold as a slave. Prophet Muhammad purchased him and adopted him as his son, setting him free. The father of Zaid was a man of means, so freedom. So he was kidnapped. Kidnapped son was sold as a slave. When imams couldn't accept that money that was at one point in the chain of being passed on was haram money, stolen money, he couldn't accept it and he knew about this, then why wouldn't Prophet Muhammad know that his Zaid is kidnapped son, even as a slave? Okay, so he adopted him. Prophet Muhammad adopting him, you would say he made a mistake with this ayat part, Surah 33, ayat 5. No blame on you concerning that, in which you made a mistake. I'm not saying this is sin, a mistake. Now, can Prophet Muhammad, and this means Prophet Muhammad here also, not the Sahabas who were polytheists, when now and at the advent of Islam, the rules have changed. Prophet Muhammad knew he was a prophet according to Shia Islam. It was just a matter of declaring it to the world. Sunnis say no, he didn't know. So Sunnis, then here, I can't tell them anything that there's a contradiction or that's not for the Sunnis, right? It's for the Shias, logically speaking, also the logic of the Quran. And how shall I put it here? It doesn't make any error or mistake, being masoom, infallible. And this is how the will of Allah, the infinite knowledge and will of Allah, works in him, in the Holy Prophet, so that he doesn't make a mistake or error ever. So, according to Shia Islam, as a prophet, he was not, he didn't know later he was always a prophet. He cannot make a mistake in his life ever. From the time of his birth, he knew when he knew he was a prophet, right? What the Shias believe is that, of course, he didn't talk like Jesus Christ, but for example, in Surah Maryam, just an example, he knew he was a prophet. He had that ilm, even as a infant, wouldn't you say? He cannot, Jesus Christ cannot be higher. You know, if from childhood, the moment he was born. Oh, God. But he called her from below. Who called her from below? I thought it was Allah. But the he, okay, here, oh no, there's another thing I need to talk about. Okay, so sorry, I just, and she brought him to her people carrying him. They said, "O Mary, you have certainly done a thing unprecedented. O sister of Aaron, your father was not a man of evil, nor unchaste was your mother." Then what happened? So she pointed to him. They said, "How can we speak to one who is in the cradle, a child?" Jesus said, "Indeed, I am the servant of Allah." Like Jesus knew from birth, he was a servant of Allah, chosen as a prophet and given a scripture. That's how a Prophet Muhammad knew according to Shias, 12 Shias. He cannot make a mistake. It's only a matter of declaration, proclamation, that I am the messenger of Allah to the people. How could Prophet Muhammad make a mistake? Please tell me this. Shows this ayat, Surah Ahzab ayat, that Prophet Muhammad made an error. So, if logic doesn't convince you, then what can? I'm not convincing you. I'm just helping you to see. If we apply the Quran logic and all, yeah, and the Shia belief, and if you think I'm misinterpreting, okay, I'm, you know what logic is? We're even the Quran logic we are following, which is an illogical book. But here, taking the logic, we, in this, we are following, I'm following a logic. You know, like, what is the Quran logic? So, taking the Shia belief that Prophet Muhammad was always cannot make error, right? This is the Shia belief. Unanimously agreed. I hope I don't say anonymously again and forget the word unanimous. So, unanimously agreed or not? Huh? Sorry, I just have to take this part. You can see from here. I take it. Right? He cannot make a mistake. So I don't know which ayat, maybe the for this. I get confused. Anyways, it's not important. What is important is which one I take. Surah 33, ayat 5. I take this. Then what I have to do is go up and take the. So what makes sense? What makes sense? The Shia side or the Sunni side here? Sunni say the Prophet didn't know he was a prophet. That's why he made an error. So here is an error, you see. Uh, this is very basic. If you are Shia, it's very basic, right? Prophet Muhammad cannot make an error, right? Or mistake. He's infallible. Basic, fundamental. Prophet Muhammad cannot make a mistake or error. He's infallible. Oh my God. Who made the error? Here. There is no blame on you. Who is the you here? Concerning that in which you made a mistake or error. Sorry, my hand is not settling properly. And what's this? Aka Medipuya says, there is no question of an error, any error mistake committed by whom? Oh God, him. Meaning, i.e., I'll just put Holy Prophet Muhammad, right? Shias, Sunnis will say, yes, he can make an error because, like Hazrat Musa, he didn't know he was a prophet at that time. But Shias, you cannot say that he made an error mistake, but it's put here in Surah 33 at 5. Let me even make it bold. So, uh, made a mistake. Is this enough? There was no question. No question. There's of any error or mistake being committed by him, meaning Prophet Muhammad. Akamedi Puya has explained it perfectly, exquisitely, perfectly, right? Surah 33 at 55. There is no blame on you concerning that in which you made a mistake. Adopting, you see this. Oh God, it's not, it's my notes. So, adopting, adoption, would it? Adoption according to pagan polytheism, right? This is my, uh, oh, sorry, I have some pain in the lower, in my intestines. I have to take a break. Oh, gastric pain. Just a minute, yeah. So, adoption according to pagan polytheism, which Prophet Muhammad also practiced. There is no blame on you concerning that in which you made a mistake. This is an ayat. This is an ayat. This means this ayat includes Prophet Muhammad also because of that he adopted Zayd according to the pagan Arab custom. Your own, now you can change, you can now, if you want to, you can say, no, oh, our religious scholars have been wrong in this. Maybe the Quran ayats don't say that he adopted, but the history, yes, you can say that. You can say that Islamic history, even Shia Islamic history, is wrong, right? That you can correct then yourself on. Uh, the Prophet has a greater claim. Yes, the ayat doesn't say that Prophet Muhammad adopted Zaid according to the pagan Arab custom. Only the commentary says that, which the Shias have taken, and we all know that we used to take it like this, but the ayats don't say that, right? Only ayat that may, uh, it doesn't say that the Holy Prophet practiced this pagan Arab custom. The Shia commentary says that. But when you, so yeah, the ayats don't say that, right? But when Zaid had accomplished his want of her, we gave her to you as a wife, so that there should be no difficulty for the believers in respect of the wives of their adopted sons. From here, now we have to see the Arabic word, adopted son. Surah 33, ayah 37. So the adopted son, Quran.com, please. Thank you. Thank God. Now the ayah doesn't say that Prophet Muhammad took Zaid as the pagan in the pagan polytheist custom way, okay, adopting him. Now what's happened is it says adopted sons. Adiyah. Adiyah. But I can't, there's no, I can't learn the Arabic word translation properly. So this is what it's called, yeah? Adopted son. Now, is it according to the way what the polity is called and the way of the, we look at way of the polities? And if it's changed now, then God shouldn't God, it's, then they can't be your adopted sons, right? Call them, it has changed, right? So even God is not calling him, but God is referring to the polytheist way of adoption. Because God says here in Surah 4, I think, or 5, I keep forgetting, sorry, I just have to. God says here, it's better that you, no, 5. So call them by the names of their fathers. It is more just in the sight of Allah. But if you do not know their fathers, then they are your brothers in religion and those entrusted to you. So what would God now have said? Those entrusted to you, right? Not your adopted sons. Because it's been cancelled now. So he should say those, okay, not even friends, because now Prophet Muhammad should take Zaid as his entrusted one, right? Entrusted to him. How shall we put it? Made a mistake. So Allah has not made a man two hearts, and He has not made your wives whom you declare unlawful your mothers, and He has not made your claimed sons, your adopted adiyakum, right? Your adopted sons, your sons. That is saying by your mouths, but Allah says the truth and He guides to the way, right? So now He should cancel this. Since He's cancelled, you can't, these adopted sons are not your true sons, right? What is He saying here? He's saying they are not your true sons. So your adopted sons, not your true sons, the number ayat 4, Allah has not made, no, ayat 5, then we go to. So call them by their fathers. It is more just in the sight of Allah. So Allah should have brought forth a new name for this. Not adopted, but let's say you are guardian. So blame upon you for that in which, brothers in religion or those entrusted to you, right? Entrusted to you. So what is He doing? He's changing the way you adopt. Now there's no adoption. of your other people's sons. Now, what is it? Either they are your friends, or they are your in religion, or they are your uh, what are they called? The ones who. So you are, or you are their guardian, not adopted father. Oh, sorry, not the. You see, this adoption, father that adopts a son. What is he called? Foster father. This a little bit I have problems with. Is so he should so should Zaid in Surah 3 33 ayat 37 be called your adopted son, or should now God change it and say the ones entrusted to you? Oh, he's telling the polytheists. So he yeah, this okay. He's telling the polytheists. So if he's telling the polytheists, he's also telling Prophet Muhammad. He's using the polytheist adoption word. Not only forget the custom and all this, so but they are not your adopted sons. So he's using the polytheist word for adoption for Zed in Surah 33 at 37. So what are they? Now, so how did Prophet Muhammad adopt Zed? Here it shows that he adopted Zed, right? Or Allah would have said that Prophet Muhammad did not adopt Zaid by the Arab your way. So he just became his guardian. So now you can even marry, but okay, so not only, but for the polytheists who have become Muslims, what would Allah say? That you can marry your adopted sons, but not for Prophet Muhammad's adopted son, because he never practiced. If you say now, it's only written in our um, Islamic, even Shia Islamic history, right? So if Prophet Muhammad never adopted, let's say now Shias might want to change the mistakes their religious scholars have made or imams have made, even saying that Holy Prophet adopted Zaid, right? Then if you want to change all that mistake of your imams, or interpolations have come, or they've made mistakes, it's not what the imam said. Then your Allah is saying here, what should you have put here? That Prophet Muhammad took Zaid as his guardian, as his foster, or son that's not adopted, but who was entrusted to him, right? Of. So your Allah made a mistake here. You see, he can tell the polytheists. According another ayat, your adopted sons can you can marry your adopted sons ex-wives, divorced wives. But since Prophet Muhammad never adopted, let's say, Zaid, he was always with the Islamic way. So this should not have been put. The ayat should not have been put like this. Ended so from her, necessary we married her to you, so that not there be on the believers any discomfort concerning the wives of their adopted sons. What should Allah have put here? What way should he? Not adopted sons. right? If he's telling the polytheists, yes, adopted sons. But if he's telling the believers now, he's changed the law already in Surah. So he's changed you're entrusted, the sons, the adopted ones who are entrusted to you. Now you can marry their wives or ex-wives concerning the wives of the adopted sons when they have ended from them, right? Yes, so ex-wives of your of those who are entrusted to you. Another error here, right? Only thing is that I'm not eloquent in English and not fast also. But if I have been so slow. I have this problem, right? I can't catch on fast. People who talk even normally, I can't. I have to be really slow. What? Repeat it and all this. Uh, so something wrong with me. Slow. What's that disease? Disorder. Oh, sorry, it's called psychological disorders. So I'm going on my pace because I'm retarded. Your so for your adopted sons when they you see Allah speaks the truth. And if Prophet Muhammad had adopted Zaid according to the Islamic thing, but he had not announced or okay. Oh, and he even made people witness, bear witness. It's in your there. People who were there bear witness that Zaid is his son, and he's practiced a pagan. He didn't say that, but Zaid is his son. But now that's been removed. So what have so now they're not your adopted sons; they're your entrusted ones, entrusted to you. And you're their guardian. There's a difference, right? Even in the Western world, secular system or well, capitalism, what is it? Or even Christianity, what is it? Your guardian is different. Guardian, get a guardian versus adopted father who has adopted you. Unlike guardianship, adoption is not temporary. It's a permanent decision that legally separates a child from their legal biological parents. After an adoption, a child's legal or biological parents cannot reclaim the rights to their child. And also, they get the inheritance and whatever the difference could be. Guardianship and adoption, mass.government. Guardianship, a child who is 14 years of age or older must agree to the guardianship. What is the difference, right? So let's take it as I'm just the Islamic way. I'm calling it as a guardian, right? Entrusted to you. Surah Azab. Call your adopted sons after their true fathers. That is more equitable in the sight of Allah. But if you do not know their true fathers, then regard them as your brethren in faith and as allies. You will not be taken to task for your mistaken utterances, it says here. But you will be taken to task for what you say deliberately. Allah is most forgiving, most compassionate. How much of a mistake the Shias have even made about this ayat? Oh God. Allah has not made for any man two hearts in his one body, nor has he made your wives whom you divorced by zihar your mothers, nor has he made your adopted sons your sons. Okay, so do the adopted sons remain your the adopted sons don't are not your sons, but adoption remains as Such is only your manner of speech. Adoption remains the way you. Oh, it's only your utterances. So the adoption remains the way of the polytheists. No, it changes, right? Now it changes. Islam's ruling has come on adoption. So it changes, but Allah doesn't change the word adoption. This was the problem, I think. Your adopted son. So, anyways, Prophet Muhammad adopted Zaid, right? He never made an error, Shias would say. They can't, sorry, you'll have to then, he, you'll have to then delete all this history and correct it. Your own history. So if he practiced the adoption the way Allah wants him to practice adoption, and from day one with Zaid, then you have to delete all this history. Oh God, we have to go up. Oh, did I open it? Another? No. Okay, we have to go up. Where's the commentary for this ayat? So like this. Goodness. So then you have to. It was a bit difficult for me, but anyways, I've taken this, not Surah Tahrim. If now I don't know what the Ismailis are going to say about this, right? So Abu wrapped up in the fascination. I don't know if Ismailis have given anything. God knows, Cornell near Eastern Studies. Can't find in Ismailis. So I'll just take this David Stephen Powers. Although Muhammad had no natural sons who reached the age of maturity, Islamic sources report that he adopted a man named Zaid shortly before receiving his revelation. The son of Muhammad was the Prophet's heir for the next 15 or 20 years. He was the first adult male to become a Muslim and the only Muslim apart from Muhammad whose name is mentioned in the Quran. Eventually, Muhammad would repudiate Zaid as his son, abolish the institution of adoption, and send Zaid to certain death on a battlefield in southern Jordan. Curiously, Zaid has remained a marginal figure in both Islamic and Western scholarship. David S. Powers now attempts to restore Zed to his rightful position at the center of the narrative of the Prophet Muhammad and the beginnings of Islam. To do so, he mines traces left behind in commentaries on the Quran, the biological dictionaries, and his historical chronicles. Reading these sources against analogies in the Hebrew Bible, Powers demonstrates that in the accounts preserved in these sources, Zed's characters modeled on those of the biblical figures such as Isaac, Ishmael, Joseph, and Uriah the Hittite. Oh, goodness. Now, this is the Shia Sayyid Muhammad Rizvi by, where is it? Swallow the Property. Did adoption foster relationship, right? There is only one case of adoption where it's sort of semi-familial relationship, mahara miyat, is created between the adopted son and the adopted family. Did Prophet Muhammad adopt Zaid by the polytheist pagan custom? After the revelation of this verse, Zaid was again called Zaid bin Haritha and not Zaid bin Muhammad, right? This is what the 12 Shias believe. However, this change in name did not affect the relationship of the Prophet and Zaid. They were still like father and son. Oh my goodness. How is that possible? He can be a guardian, but not father and son. As the Quran says, calling adopted children by the names, let's understand this. As the Quran says, calling adopted children by the names of their adopted fathers is contrary to the truth. And therefore, just calling, they must be called by the name of their real fathers. That's all the Quran says, okay. Oh, so even that Prophet Muhammad had put his name with Zed. So he's in error, 12 Shias. Prophet Muhammad is in error, was in error, right? What implications of this verse, Surah 33 at 5? So what this means is that adoption does not change the relationship of a person. Adoption does not end the blood relationship between the child and his real parents and siblings, nor does it create a real relationship between him and his adopted parents and their children. Adopted parents, they're called, adopted father. So, the practical implications of this view, on the one hand, is that all the rules which apply between blood relatives are still valid. For example, the child would still be mahram. That is, an adopted child cannot marry his real siblings, or she's eligible, and all this goes on. On the other hand, the rules that apply between non related persons are still valid. Adopted girl will have to observe hijab in the presence of her adopted father and brothers. How easy God has made it. So you can only marry your adopted sons. This also point coming up. But she's got to wear hijab going out of her room, or if she's got siblings in her room, or maybe they'll have to give her a separate room because she can't stay with her adopted parents' children, real children, boys, without wearing a hijab in front of them, observing hijab. So how easy God has made it. Adoption and foster relationships. So Prophet Muhammad, according to the Shias, and I'm trying to look at the Surah 30. So they're still called adopted. Still called adopted in Surah 33, ayat. What is the implication of this? Adopted sons. Adiyah. Yai. Adiyai. Adopted sons. So God should have, so he did practice. God should have, and he did practice. In the Quran ayat, I'm looking for, if you want to cancel this Shia way, Shia, maybe all this interpolation, the Shia historical, that Muhammad adopted Zaid, that would mean by the pagan Arab custom and not the Islamic way. Even if it has come from the Shia sources, you want to correct that, then so you look at this ayat. Then God should have said that now they are your entrusted sons, and of your entrusted sons, you can marry their ex-wives. Now, sorry, they are entrusted to you, not even call them sons. Can you call them sons even? So this ayat implies that that God has made a mistake here. That Muhammad adopted Zaid as his from the pagan Arab way, and he's made an error. God should have even changed this. Now, these adopted sons are not your adopted sons, like he's made it clear in Surah 3 ayat, Surah 33 ayat 4 or 5. So now God should call them what he's called them here and asked you to call them here, right? So I'm not prepared for this. Let's see if I can broken English way, unprepared, show you. But blame you mistake in it, but what you intended in your hearts, okay? Call them by the fathers. Has he changed the adoption or just calling them? Has he changed the law of adoption as it was then? You know, the fathers, then they are your brothers in the religion and your friends, mawalikum, but not is upon you. So call them by. He is not very clear, God, what the adoption pagan Arab way is changed, and also calling of the name, like call them by the father's name, like don't give them your name. And also the way of adoption is changed. Or you can marry their ex-wives. You can also marry their ex-wives, right? But not okay. So you call them by your names. You call them by your names, and don't call them sons then, because then they are your brothers. Akhi, ikhwan, right? They are your brothers. Call them not sons, please, in the religion, deen. Okay, they are your brothers in deen and your friends, or call them they are your friends. Can't call them sons anymore, can you? Even that. Mawalikum, mawalikum, mawali. Mawali, call them your friends, call them brothers in religion, not your sons. So you have to work it out. Now, it doesn't say Prophet Muhammad took Zaid and gave him his name like in the Shia it said. So I don't know. This it's not clear the ayat. Whether Prophet Muhammad took Zaid as his son. If he took Zaid as his adopted son, then he is in error, knowing the Shia side. He's in error, right, Prophet Muhammad? So there's no blame on you for the mistake you made. And what are we told? Prophet Muhammad cannot make mistakes. Oh, there is no question of any error or mistake being committed by him. So think about this. And another thing, I was going through Dr. Khalil Andani and Sam Shamon's debate. Dr. Khalil Andani told Sam Shamon that you Christians don't forbid yourself what is forbidden in the Torah. In my words, I'm putting it, right? What I got out of that debate. So Sam Shaman gave a ayat, and I also found this ayat, a pulse. What is this going on here? Okay, it was loading. What is this called? Buffering problem. Okay, so Sam Shaman, I think if you Muslims, let's say if that's what Dr. Khalil Andani meant, that you're supposed to uphold the Torah. So all the laws in the Torah, you're supposed to uphold. Circumcision, like the Greek Christian, who were they? No, the Jewish Christians upholded circumcision of that in sometime as Christians, right? After Jesus, there were these Christians who upholded circumcision. So the Quran ayats are that you're supposed to, even Jesus is supposed to uphold the Torah, and we gave him the Injil. And you Christians, what you do is not uphold some of the laws in the Torah. Why? So there were Christians who did that, and you don't do it anymore. Jewish Christians who did that, upholding the Torah. So look at this. Surah 3 ayat 50 says, and I have come confirming what was before me, right, of the Torah, and upholding the Torah, meaning the other ayats, and to make lawful for you of some of what was forbidden to you. That means when was it forbidden to you, Christians? When was it forbidden to the Christians? When they were Jews in the Torah or in the other books? Now, God is not clear. So upholding the Torah, the other Quran ayats, which I haven't right now put here. Yes, Jesus is supposed to uphold, not all Christians. Now, Christians, although they upholded, the Jewish Christians upholded the circumcision, why don't the Christians of after that do it, or the Christians after Paul came, or you would say. So Sam Shamoun corrected Dr. Khalil Andani that we're not supposed to uphold because of this ayat to make lawful for you some of what was forbidden to you, or to forbid you. So if there was to make lawful for you some of what was forbidden to you, you would say it doesn't say to make to forbid you some of what was lawful for you, like circumcision, right? But it definitely says to make lawful for you some of what was forbidden to you. So, what could be forbidden to you in that way? Like you don't need to now circumcise yourself. So, please don't put the blame on the Christians that they have made lawful for them, or they now forbid themselves to do what circumcision is allowed in Jewish Torah or this book. Oh God, Dr. Khalil Andani. If what, so is Dr. Khalil Andani going to stick to make lawful, not to forbid what is made lawful for you? So how shall we put the circumcision then? It is now lawful to you what was forbidden to you. It was forbidden that you go without circumcision. Ah, before it was forbidden to you. Now the Quran ayat is a witness, right? Sorry, it's like it's a evidence, not witness. Sorry, what is the Quran ayat saying? So before, why would the the Jewish Christians circumcise themselves? Because the Quran ayat goes against it. What Dr. Khalil Andani himself said, terrible, terrible, right? So before it was allowed, before circumcision was allowed. And no, let's put it this way. Before, without circumcision, it was not allowed for you to be. Right? Working out. And I have come confirming, yes, confirming what was before me of the Torah, and and were while, or even you can put while, to make lawful for you some of what was forbidden to you in the Torah, meaning like you would put this ayat in other words. See, this is like this, and the wa means while, also Surah 5 ayat 55, or even and. So what would this mean? Because there's no comma. Surah 3 ayat 50. Oh, goodness. Sorry, excuse me. I need to put something, eat something. Oh, drinking tea. I'm hungry. Sorry, I'm hungry now. And confirming that which was before me of the Torah, And so that I make lawful, and so that I make lawful for you some of that which was forbidden to you. Right? So the point came up when I was watching Sam Shaman and Dr. Khalil Andani that can the Christians, are the Christians now, can they follow the Torah? Shall I put it? Can they follow the Torah completely, uphold every law of the Torah given in the Torah? No, because it says here, so Muslims don't blame the Christians because Jesus Christ has forbidden. Which translation did I take in this? Say International. And I have come, in brackets, confirming what was before me of the Torah, and to make, Jesus Christ is saying this, right? Confirming what was before me of the Torah, and to make lawful for you some of what was forbidden to you, made haram for you, to make it halal now, some of it. So Dr. Khalil Andani is giving that example that no, you people don't forbid yourselves. You're supposed to uphold the Torah, the laws of the Torah, and you're supposed to abide by all the laws of the Torah because they have not been, because Jesus Christ came to uphold the Torah. He forgot this ayat. And so there were these Jewish Christians who would be circumcised. Khatna karna, like they were circumcised, the male Jewish Christians circumcised, right? Covenant theology largely views the Christian sacrament of baptism as fulfilling the Jewish practice of circumcision, as both serve as signs and seals of the covenant of grace, religion and circumcision, okay? Views the Christian sacrament of baptism as fulfilling the Jewish practice of circumcision. So they did it in a different manner now. Ancient Church. The circumcision controversy in early Christianity played an important role. So the point in Christian theology, no. Let me just give you a shortcut. If Dr. Khalil Andani is saying on this point that you're not supposed to make lawful the things which are forbidden to you in the Torah, Christians, then according to Quran verse Surah 3 ayat 50, he goes against it, which says to make lawful for you some of what was forbidden to you. Jesus Christ. So Dr. Khalil Andani, what he meant, if he meant that you're supposed to uphold every law in the Torah, and nothing was forbidden, nothing was made lawful to you that is in the Torah forbidden to you, then he's wrong. Because here, Surah 3 at 50 says, to make lawful for you some of what was forbidden to you. Uphold, confirming what is before me of the Torah, and to make lawful for you some of what was forbidden to you. Do you get it? Then Dr. Khalil Andani is wrong if he's brought it as this point that the Christians, the early Christians, never made anything lawful for themselves. What was what was the Jewish Christians? Those are the true ones, maybe who follow the true Christianity, and why are these Christians straying away from their religion? Jesus Christ had come to uphold the Torah, the laws of the Torah, and plus the Injil, but not to forbid the laws in the Torah. Oh, sorry, not to make lawful the laws in the Torah, which were forbidden, right? Then he's wrong, completely wrong. According to the Quran ayat, he's wrong. Capturing Christianity, debate. The Islamic Dilemma, Sam Shamoun versus Khalil Andani. If to this point is saying that you Christians strayed, because because Jesus Christ came to uphold the Torah and plus the Injil, now he's given extra laws and all, prescriptions, legal laws and all, but not to forbid, make lawful what is in the Torah forbidden, right? If his point is that in this debate, then he's wrong, because Surah 3 at 50 says, and I have come confirming what was before me of the Torah and to make. So now the Injil that is given can make lawful for you of some of what was forbidden to you, meaning earlier forbidden to you. It could be in the Torah. So how is he even uphold? I don't know, but this is how the point, very clear, right? Not clearly put, but vaguely even put, that they could upholding. What does it mean, confirming the Torah and the other ayats, upholding the Torah? Jesus Christ is upholding the Torah, and then the Injil came, which may have some laws, which of course to make lawful for you some of what was forbidden to you in which book earlier. Now some of what was forbidden to the Bani Israel, the Jews. And so please be careful what kind of point you put forth to them. Are you sure? Because your Allah is very uphold the Torah, confirm the Torah, and then he's saying to make lawful. So the Injil came, it was another set of rules and laws, prescriptions, legal rules and laws. But what has it done now? Whatever Injil, it doesn't mention the Injil, but Jesus Christ himself, what is he said? To make lawful for you, this is the Injil of now. Jesus Christ. Teachings and legal prescriptions given to Jesus Christ by Allah to make lawful for you some of what was forbidden to you. Some of what was forbidden to you made haram. We go back and see this halal and haram. Make sure we do. So before me the Tahara, and so that I make lawful. Oh, halal. Yeah. So that I make halal for you some, not all, but some, yes, it is there. So you can't give evidence from the Jewish Christians, earlier Christians, saying that they didn't, they practice circumcision. How come the Christians now don't practice circumcision? You have made some laws. You have made it, you have forbidden yourself what was made lawful for you in the Torah. What was compulsory for you in the Torah, you have disregarded it completely, gone against it. So, what does this mean? Jesus is saying, and so that I make lawful for you some of that which was forbidden. Harim. Harim? Haram. Haram, from haram word. Not makruh. Oh my God. To you. And I have come to you, it's just not important, with a sign from you, Lord. So fear Allah and obey me. So look at the mistake Dr. Khalil Andani has made. Big blunder in the debate. So this part would mean, so that I make lawful for you some of which was forbidden to you. What would that mean for the Christians? That even if circumcision was compulsory on them, Jesus Christ has said, no, it is not anymore. Anymore. Then it is not. Then they do not, will not circumcise themselves. Then why did, if on this point he's saying, the point of upholding the Torah and plus having Injil, and that Injil doesn't contain things which make lawful for them, which was forbidden to them earlier on, meaning, then he's wrong. Dr. Khalil Andani, oh my goodness. Contradiction against the Quran ayat itself. Surah 3 ayat 50. What a blunder. Anyhow, so this also, just mentioning and correcting Dr. Khalil Andani. And so Shias, if you see something in your religion, right, I've shown you, not biased scientifically, logically, how else can I show you? And if you still want to say you're a Shia, you're most welcome. Imam Ali says there's enough life for one who cares to see. For one who cares to see. So if you don't care to see, then I'm sorry, then what can I do? I can't force you. Neither should I be forcing you. There's no compulsion. Uh, uh, like, yeah, but like, why should I be forcing you? What I'm saying is, I'm not like Prophet Muhammad going around saying, if you don't believe in this religion, you'll be in the fire, and, or, threatening and all this. Before Allah is saying, okay, I'm not saying it, but Allah is saying He's going to obliterate. We're not going to punish you if you remain Ahl Kitab, Jews and Christians, but Allah is going to obliterate your faces. I'm not saying all this, and yet someone came here saying, you are gagging me. What in the world is this? Or nagging. Wouldn't your mother nag you? A Muslim mother who knows that, let's say, who knows sharab is haram, who knows that playing with girls, oh, you're, okay, a Shia Muslim, because playing with girls, your Prophet Muhammad, there's a hadith. Why don't you play with her? Why didn't you marry a young virgin girl so you could play with her? Okay, you playing with lives and all this. Shia mothers, are your Shia mothers going to say, oh son, please don't oh son, please don't do this, right? Surah Luqman. So we can only give advices, but these ones, even though Surah Luqman gives what you might call it, a nasiyat, Luqman, to his son. Oh son, now you'll say, I'm a nagging mother. But look at this religion, how it's brought you to, compelled you and fear cast. And not only that, it's factually, illogical. It has syntax errors, the Quran. And what will now Imam Mahdi bring? How many Shias went away with this Quran? Where's the true Quran? Our religious scholars have studied this Quran, from this Quran, not special Quran, the right, proper Quran given to them by the Imam Ali or Imam Mahdi has shared with them. They are the verses of the wise book. As guidance, where is it? Where am I? What point am I? So I can. Oh yes, Luqman. After a long time, I've come to Surah Luqman, so he starts advising his sons. Humiliating. And when our verses are recited, where's that? Is it in, oh my son? Okay, to his son he advises here. Such is the creation of Allah. Now show me what is there that others besides him have created. Nay, but the transgressors are in manifest error. It's certainly given Luqman wisdom, hikmat, right? Be grateful to Allah, and whoever is grateful for the benefit of himself, and whoever denies his favor, then indeed Allah is free of need and praiseworthy. And mention of Muhammad when Luqman said to his son while he was instructing him, even to a friend, I would give him my sincere, or even to an enemy who has messed up my life for them. I would, if they came to ask me for advice, I would give them sincere advice. When Luqman said to his son while he was instructing him, O my son, do not associate with Allah. Indeed, association is great injustice. It doesn't say, look, it says, do not associate. Now, also, this, it's been a long time, so there's another point. Prophet Allah Himself is associated with them. Implied verses like Surah 5, ayat 55, Waliyakum, and Surah 81, Takwir, ayat 19 to 20. Who is with him? The Lord of the throne. Who is with the owner of the throne? Secure, with power, before the Lord. Okay, we can put before the Lord. The only, so in that way, which way association? Because there's association implied. In divinity, like Maududi says. So put in divinity, right? And no one has his names? What about Ali having his name, son of Abu Talib? His attribute. This is Allah's attribute. Ali. It's the name of Allah. Ya Ali, Ya Ali. And we enjoined upon man for his parents. His mother carried him in weakness upon weakness and is weaning in 2 years. Be grateful to me and to your parents. To me is the final destination. Thank God it says be grateful to your parents, not and me. But if they endeavor to make you associate with me that of which you have no knowledge, now it says. But what if you have knowledge from Allah? Do not obey them, but accompany them in this world with appropriate kindness. Here it says, and follow the way of those who turn back to me in repentance. Then to me will be your return. This is now Allah. Okay. But yeah, be kind with your polytheist parents. Now, what was that ex-sister, right? Anyways, all is forgiven. And overlooked, forget it. And Luqman said, O my son, indeed, if it should be the weight of a mustard seed and should be within a rock or in the heavens or in the earth, Allah will bring it forth. Indeed, Allah is subtle and aware. O my son, establish prayer, enjoin what is right, forbid what is wrong. What does it mean by enjoin what is right? On yourselves, or not only on yourself, but on others also? Huh? So who is the one gagging and nagging? Who was the one? Who is the one even now? Oh my son, wouldn't your parents tell you, oh my son, establish the prayer and enjoin? One more. The right, and forbid from the wrong. Forbid yourselves or others also. and be patient whatever befalls you. Indeed, that of is a determination, requiring determination, firm resolve. So, what is Luqman doing here? Excuse me. And what did Prophet Muhammad do, and what did Imam Hussein do? Forbid what is evil and command what is good, or enjoin what is good. And do not turn your cheek towards people, and do not walk through the earth haughtily, exultantly. Indeed, Allah does not like everyone self deluded and boastful. And be moderate in your pace, and lower your voice. Indeed, the most disagreeable of sounds is the voice of donkeys. Do you not see that Allah has made subject to you whatever is in the heavens? This is how He admonishes His Son, right? Apply uh, and amply bestowed upon you His favors, apparent and unapparent, but of the people is he who disputes about Allah without knowledge. Now, what are we doing? We are disputing about Islam with knowledge or guidance or an enlightening book. And when it is said to them, follow what Allah has revealed, to whom? To them or to one prophet or a messenger? They say, rather, we follow that upon which we found our fathers. No, no. What should they say here? What our fathers thought Allah had revealed to them. What our fathers thought Allah had revealed to them, or the knowledge from here to up, going up. Even if Satan was inviting them to the punishment of the blaze. Now, so you could say that for the polytheists, Allah or these, Allah was revealing to them, or Satan was revealing, and they thought Allah was revealing to them. Or turn it around, and I saw that what Allah was revealing to these prophets is not what Allah was revealing, the true God, but Satan was revealing to them. Yuhi, revelation. There are Christians who say that Holy Spirit has come on me. Are they lying? No. Some of them really believe that the Holy Spirit, Angel Gabriel. Now, can there be different revelations? Why didn't Angel Gabriel come to this German lady and say, Prophet Muhammad is the prophet? She's been channeling Angel Gabriel. I mean, Angel Gabriel, she channels like automatically or something like this. On YouTube, you can see. She's not a liar. And whoever submits his face to Allah while he is a doer of good, then indeed he has grasped the handhold trustworthy. And to Allah is the end of the matters, right? And whoever has disbelieved, let not his disbelief grieve you. To us is their return, and we will inform them of what they did. Indeed, Allah is knowing of what within their breast. Yes. Here it says, don't let grieve you. But on the other hand, you are doing the dawah, and your prophet has done dawas. Hazrat Nuh has done dawah. I was calling them night and day, Surah Nuh ayat. We grant them enjoyment for a while, then we will force them to a massive punishment. And if we ask them who created the heavens and the earth, they would say, surely Allah. Say all praises to Allah, the most. And most of them do not know. They will say Allah. They will certainly say Allah. Do the atheists say Allah created the heavens and the earth? What kind of ayat is this for some? You see, it's not in like you divide. These are these are the atheists. These are the disbelievers. These group of disbelievers say that don't say that Allah created. I mean, this Quran is put in such a horrible way. Now I can see it. I hope you also see it. I'm hoping tomorrow or what? Or the next minute you'll see this. Praise be to Allah. I don't hope. I live every moment as it is. I mean, every moment a day, right? I can't think of the future because when I looked in the future without my teacher, it was too much for me to take. So my teacher advised me in 1989 to take a day at a time. So I thought, no, what a moment at a time I can't take. She's saying a day at a time take without me. So sorry, I can't hope for the next moment even. Look at the next moment because it's without her. It was very painful. To Allah belongs whatever is in the heavens and the earth. So this was okay. Well, now what else? Allah is free of need, the praiseworthy. And if whatever trees upon the earth were pens in the sea, replenished thereafter by 7 more seas, the words of Allah would not be exhausted. Indeed, Allah is exalted in might and mights. Your creation and your resurrection will not be but as that of a single soul. So that's why they say there's no reincarnation taking this ayat. Indeed, Allah is hearing and seeing, I guess. Some would want to take, some Muslim would want to take this ayat to show us that the soul's, but the body, it doesn't say body. So I have to work on reincarnation and show you that there could be reincarnation. And although it says here that your creation is but one creation and resurrection. No, sorry, your creation and your resurrection is but as a soul single. Of course, the same soul comes in different bodies. The soul never changes. So, of course, there has to be reincarnation. Don't use this ayat for reincarnation. To defend, sorry, to dismiss reincarnation and to say it's a lie. Do you not see that Allah calls night to enter the day? So he's advised his son like this. But what is new done? That's because Allah is the true reality, and that what they call upon other than Him is falsehood. Now, don't you call on Ali? That is because, coming to this ayat and looking at what the Muslims, the Ghair Shias, say, it's haram, haram. Stay away from calling anyone other than Allah. Not even, perhaps you should not even do it in intercession. That because Allah, He is the truth, and that what they call Yaduna besides Him. Oh, this is apart from Him, not with Him. It's the falsehood. Ali, see? And He, Allah, is the Most High. So Imam Ali is the most. This attribute Allah has given to Imam Ali, right? It came to Prophet Muhammad to name him Ali. His mother wanted, Fatima bint Asad wanted to name him something else. Maybe Babar, Sher, maybe Asad Allah. I don't know. So this. Do you not see that ship sail through the sea? So your father or your would advise you. So if I get passionate about this, because you see that you have to see how many Shias who not knowing, maybe not even having that strength. You know, when I lose strength, I can't afford to even get angry here. I'm subdued so badly. Um, I can't even afford to tarap, but I tarap. Like, there's negative. I can't explain this. I like kind of go down, you know, like a scared person. Oh my God, subdued. So, because you see here, they'll take your life. If what's the penalty for questioning, doubting this religion? For Shias? No, we can question, right? Our alims. Yeah, they didn't kill my cousin's friend Faisal, but went questioning. But yeah, he had come to our Imam Barga one time. Muharram, he used to come, and I think he spoke to our alims. He wasn't killed. No. Oh, sorry, he wasn't, and he wasn't convinced. Faisal, but was not convinced that Shia Islam is the truth. So, and what about, like, okay, you say I do this. Think of things like, okay, if you want to, so you, sorry, the brother, this person called me ex-sister. Okay, I'm your ex-sister, and sometimes things happen. So much negativity. Please, brother, come here and, you know, let's talk civilized manner. Why are you still holding on to Shia Islam? Please be honest, and please see, how shall I? So can you see it? Why are you there? You've come to beyond and healing. Okay, it's all like, I know you are my well-wisher, but why do you have to tell me? You know, this, my mother kept this name Zahra, and we say that those bad luck, it's very heavy actually. We don't believe in bad luck or superstitions, but you know, sometimes it's like, it's a heavy name, Zahra, for the Muslim Shias. They say not Fatima, but Zahra. It's a heavy name. Some Zahras have suffered. Do I know another Zahra? Ah, she was. She had an accident. She fell. Zahra. Yeah. So Pareen auntie's niece. She fell. We lost her before going to London, I think. She used to, you know, climb trees and jump and all this. She was very athletic, sporty, risk taker. Zahra was, I think. Anyways, they say that. So okay, but that's not so important here. But please, if you want to be a Shia, you can be a Shia, but at least if you want to come to another live stream. So what I said, sorry, you. I hope you understand that I'm not feeling well, and that could trigger a lot of negativity. You know, who could be my enemy. So I gathered that you are my mother. You are maybe not that. And Parachinar, what's happened there? Let's find out today what's happened there. I will want to find out here. What's the spelling again? 22 hours ago, Al Jazeera. Oh, let's Shehbaz Sharif, Prime Minister of Pakistan, has said, and it's not a Shia. Gunmen open fire. Gunmen open fire on buses carrying Shia pilgrims in Qura, where clashes with Sunnis have escalated in recent months. Oh my goodness, these are Shias. A mourner stands beside the bodies of people killed in sectarian attacks. Sorry, I'm finding it difficult. So, gunmen have opened fire on convoys of Shia pilgrims in northern Pakistan, killing at least 42 people, according to authorities in the restive province of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Women and children were among uh, the fatalities in the attacks in the Koram tribal district on Thursday. Police said on Friday. These are all Shias, pilgrims. Sectarian violence has escalated. Since July in Kuram, a region bordering Afghanistan between Shia and Sunni tribes over land disputes. Gunmen opened fire on two separate convoys of Shia pilgrims traveling with police escorts in Kuram. No group has claimed responsibility for the attacks. Oh no, this is terrible. Wait, Javedullah, I have to be strong. Javedullah Masood, the Deputy Commissioner of Kuram, said the attacks took place. I have to be strong. When the convoys were on their way from the Parachinar to Peshawar. Masood told Al Jazeera on Friday that all the bodies had been recovered and burials would be conducted later in the day. Police said 20 people were wounded. That's send healing. We also managed to recover 26 people belonging to the Shia community last night. Managed to recover 26, including women and children, who were kept hostage by Sunni groups, Masood said. This, so it's confirmed it's a Sunni group? Ajmer Hussain. No. Oh, there were others also kept hostages by Sunni groups. This is horrifying. What? Oh my God, those who have lost, I have no words. Those who have gone. My heart felt condolences to the families of those who have lost. Shaheeds. Ajmer Hussain, 28, survived the attack. Now I'm dead. Gunfire suddenly erupted, and I started reciting my prayers, thinking these were my final moments. Hussain told the AFP news agency. I lay down at the feet of the two passengers sitting next to me. Both of them were struck by multiple bullets and died instantly, he said. The shooting, lasted for about 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Condemning the attacks, Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif said, the enemies of peace in the country have attacked a convoy of innocent citizens an act that amounts to sheer brutality. What is this? People are planning to gather in Parachinar to protest against security forces, Ali Jan said. The attacks came down days after at least 20 soldiers were killed in separate incidents. Tribal. Oh my. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Ouch, my arm. More than 2,000 people were killed in deadliest 2007, 2011. The mountainous region. What is this going on? With frequent attacks by Pakistan Taliban or Tehrik-e-Taliban, TTP and ISIL. ISIS. Uh, Earlier this month, thousands gathered for a peace march in Parachinar. Thousands gathered, urging the government to enhance. Please stop these killings. 800,000 residents. And more than, what is this going on, Shia minority? 45% belong to the Shia minority. Commenting on Thursday's attacks, Masood said, there is naturally a lot of anger and fury among the people in the area. This was a land dispute which has now turned into a tribal come sectarian rift. But we have full support of tribal elders, not only from Kuram but also other areas. The authorities cannot rule out the presence of militants in this attack, said, but investigation are continuing. Ouch. So, excuse me, sorry. Shop owners. The Hindu. Dawn. Death toll. More than 30 injured. So, what is this? What is this going on? Please, can someone. Now I have to go to YouTube. I can't. Sorry, right now I just need need to talk. I can't be alone here. I need to be with. Sorry. This needs. What is this? Major terror strike in Pakistan. Oh my goodness! Sorry, I can't see this. Parachinar attack, Quram agency. This was a day ago. What's the latest on YouTube? There's no. Oh my good. Oh God, 50 is some India today. Attack on Parachinar. I mean, Yazid. I don't know where this ISIS comes from or what it is. Yazid didn't kill women. I mean, we are told that later on, the Kaaba pregnant women, but the women of Prophet Muhammad, my goodness, Iranian president strongly condemns Parachinar terrorist attack. Someone says that Iran involved and God knows what. I mean, I'm sorry. Terror attack. What was that I shared on Facebook yesterday. Look at all this. A Parachinar, just sad incident. It is, yeah. Oh, this is what. So we're all in humanity. We're all shaheed, I guess. We're dead. Not dead, but let's. So life is like this, right? It could be my brother. It could have been my father when we were in Pakistan, or even lately in Oman during my. It could have been my relative in Oman or my relative's relative, my community in Oman, on Shia Muslims in Pakistan. Firing on, I feel so guilty because, how do I send condolences? Look, attack on Parachinar, tragic incident. Sorry, right now, I don't know if it was my brother. I'm sorry. I don't know. I wouldn't be able to get up and even talk. I don't know why. How I'm sorry. I can't. He's. But what I can do right now is, for a little while, for my strength, listen to some sad songs or good. Then maybe after a few years, for then I don't know. I'm sorry. So I'm sorry if it was my brother, father, or I wouldn't be able to take it. So you're taking it's. So I just have to go out now, maybe for a walk, go do some shopping or something, then come back if I. So uh, I'm sorry, really sorry about this, but I can't listen to no. It makes me very like I can't tell you what. So I'm sorry if it was my brother right now. This of course all of you, but this is human. Maybe my brother and maybe I cry over my teacher going back to the sad. I can't take this. Sorry, I can't take this. So right now, of course, I can afford to not. If it was my brother, but of course, every one of you. What did someone say here? This that we need to realize that they are our brothers and all. I'm sorry if today I even yesterday don't. If it was my brother, right? So it doesn't mean that like don't want to make you feel guilty. But like, let's suppose that I had lost my brother, right, or my father in the majlis. So, but being a Shia, also you like you had, if you had not lost anyone, so you would not feel that grief I would feel, or that loss I would feel for my Shia father. Like I was telling someone that I cannot imagine losing my father. I pray that I die before my brothers or my mother. Now my mother's gone. So I always prayed because I realized when I lost my teacher, uh, separated from her, not lost her in that. uh, she didn't die, or so separated, actually, I should say. So you see, I would not be able to. I realized that I can't take a separation from a teacher. Then that means I can't even take anything that happens to my father at that time. Or in London, oh, when I was in London, there was this. I had these nightmares that pagri wale, white or green pagri wale, green. They have come and kidnapped my father. You know, there were these snipers and all in Karachi going on, and then we had some. Even Mehfil Shah Khurasan was closed in the daytime because of security reasons. So when I was in London, away from my family, I had to face it. Like one day, I got up and I said, "No, no, I have to face this. If I lose my father in Muharram or Safar, I have to face the death of my father." I literally got up, started to look at it. Kidnapping. So, they had kidnapped my father. And so, like Daniel Pearl, I don't know how the wife took it, but if I would have been dead. That's what I feel. I don't know how uh, you see, everyone is different, right? So, my neighbor, he was kidnapped, he was a Shia. I don't know how his mother took it. I don't know. Such a beautiful person, Shia neighbor. Uh, uh, if my brother, so I wouldn't be able to breathe properly and maybe end up in the mental asylum for sure or die. So everyone is different, and I'm not saying that, I'm saying maybe I hope God gives you strength, patience. I wouldn't judge you, but no, but I think there's a little bit, we need to reach out. If you're strong and normal, you can please reach out and so that these are our is it something I said here? Oh my God, this is 43 smileys. Now this has become, I can't take it. I don't know how you're taking it, Shias. I'm not judging, but there should be at least, please, Shias, all Shias, if you can afford to go to Parachinar, Carnage, please do. I can't go to Parachinar right now. I just want to be there. I wish I could have been there, but wishing the daredevil can attack again. Like the smileys. So, one silent morning, I wake up and you're not by my side. Just for my strength, yeah, I just. So this is also the video of the song One Silent Morning song. Sorry, I can't grieve right now, right? Noel, the song. I wake up and you're not by my side. I'm not being, I hope you don't think I'm being rude or something. I'm on fire. My emotions run so deep. You vow to love me instead of how you keep. Your smile is so tender. You've got me sighing a sweet surrender. Your touch is so touch. It's so pleasing, makes me, I'm sorry, ones who have lost their children, mothers, sisters. And I can't resist your heavenly bliss. Takes me beyond the skies. Silent morning, I wake up and you're not by my side. So, no, no, sorry. Okay, can we stop this? See, if I keep on this, what is going on here? What is this? Atrocious human killing, women. Even Yazid, Shia was saying, Ali Asghar said, I told him even Yazid would not do this. What, which Muslim Sunni extremists are killing women? Huh? Even Yazid, I realized, would not kill a woman. He didn't kill a woman, at least in Karbala. Later on, what these, God knows what I was told, that Yazid throwing women, pregnant women, smashing bash, them against the Kaaba, you know. Ugh. So have you become that Yazid then? After Karbala, and God knows if that's true. What Yazid used to smash pregnant women against the Kaaba. Oh my, let's see. Islamic history. The Sunnis still call Yazid radiallahu anhu after he not only killed the grandson of the Prophet. Is it true that Yazid used to do this? He attacked Makkah in 64 to 683. He attacked Makkah to suppress his dissidents and hit the Kaaba with fireballs shot from catapults. Acha Yazid ibn Muawiyah, wicked Shia. He attacked the Kaaba also. He attacked Makkah to suppress his dissidents. He attacked Medina, which led to the massacre of thousands of companions of Prophet Muhammad. In 60, Yazid ibn Muawiyah was the second Umayyad ruler by the order of whom Imam al-Hussein and his companions were martyred in Karbala, and Imam's family members were taken captive. Yazid ruled for 3 years after his father Muawiyah, and three important events took place during his caliphate. In 61, he caused the tragedy of Karbala. After Karbala, in 63, he attacked Medina, which led to the massacre of thousands of companions of the Prophet Muhammad and those who had memorized the Quran. It became famous as the event of Hara. Then in 64, he attacked Makkah to suppress his dissidents and hit the Kaaba with fireballs shot from catapults. According to historical sources, Yazid openly drank wine and had a poetic taste. He was the first person who was appointed the caliph in a hereditary manner by his father, contrary to the tradition of the previous caliphs. His appointment was against the peace treaty between Imam al-Hassan and Muawiyah. Some hadiths explicitly cursed Yazid and the murderers of Imam al-Hussein. All Shia and a group of Sunnis refer to what Yazid did during his caliphate and consider him deserved to be cursed. Damascus confined Christian. Give me a cup of wine which half is. Give me a cup of wine to satiate my bones. Taking allegiance to Yazid bin Muhammad. Oh, in the third year he attacked the Kaaba and burnt it. Burnt it. We are told that he used to, I don't know about that, it doesn't say here, throw pregnant women against the Kaaba, smash them. The oppression and crimes that Yazid committed during his short reign marked the beginning of a series of uprisings and revolts against the Umayyad dynasty and finally overthrew it. The event of Karbala, behavior of Yazid toward the captives of Karbala. There's a hadith from Imam al-Rida that Yazid put the head of Imam in a basin and put a food table over it. Then he and his companions began eating and drinking beer. Then they replaced the table with the chess table. Oh, goodness. Uh, I really cannot. Incident of Hara. Yazid's rule led to increasing dissatisfaction of the people of Hijaz, which was due to the policies. They did not pay attention to Makkah and Medina. The situation gradually led to crisis. To alleviate the situation, the younger governor, as he takes, sorry, I can't read all this, by honoring them. Many of Medinan elites and nobles, including Abdullah bin Hanzala and his sons Abdullah and Zubair bin al-Zubair, sorry, um, upon their arrival in Damascus, group gifted from Yazid. They openly cursed Yazid, talked about its immoral character, and thus unrest broke out. Following the unrest in Medina, Yazid wrote a threatening letter to the people of Medina, but the letter only intensified the unrest and led to the beginning of a revolt. Makkan revolt. About the same time when people of Medina revolted against Yazid, Abdullah bin al-Zubair and his companions took control of Makkah. So after the Battle of Hara, the Syrian army moved towards Makkah to defeat Ibn al-Zubair. The Syrian army besieged Makkah, and during the siege they attacked the city using catapults. As a result of these attacks, Kaaba was damaged and burned. The siege lasted until the news of Yazid's death reached his army. Militant conquests. Sunni views, including Ahmad bin Hanbal, Dahabi ibn Imad Hanbali, Ibn al-Jawzi, and Ibn Khaldun, believe in cursing Yazid. Ibn Khaldun claims that all Muslims agree on dissipation of Yazid, cursing Yazid. In okay, in Radallah. Okay, the Sunni scholars discuss the reasons for cursing Yazid and says that in addition to breaking the sanctity of the sanctuary of the Prophet Medina, Yazid killed Imam al-Hussein against the order of the Prophet for loving him, and even afterward disrespected his head and also his family. Some other Sunnis, including Ghazali, do not consider cursing any Muslim, including Yazid, permissible. Some others say that the martyrdom of Imam al-Hussein was made by order of Ibn Ziyad, and because of the relationship Yazid had with Imam al-Hussein, and they were both from Quraysh. Yazid was not happy with fighting and killing him. Taftazani too says that Yazid deserved to be cursed, but to avoid the extension of cursing to other companions of the Prophet, he should not be cursed. So, wherein Sunni is the only time of Prophet Muhammad, killing of women, Muslim women, even Shia Muslims, right? Where Yazid, let me see, where's that Hara, that militant conquest. Like killing of Muslim women like that in the bus, they're going for pilgrimage? Which ISIS, which Taliban? Please tell me which Taliban would do this. Battle of Hara is the violent attack of the Syrian army under the commandership of Muslim ibn Uqba on the people of Medina who rose against Yazid bin Muawiyah in 63/683. The people of Medina rose against the rule of Yazid. Now, under the leadership of Abdullah ibn. Now, who's going to, which Muslim, Sunni Muslim, in this uprising, Imam al-Sajjad, Imam Zain al-Abidin, remained neutral, though he gave refuge to many women and children, and even the family and companions of Marwan bin Hakam. Oh, goodness. The word Hara refers to black rocky terrains. Hara Zahra, attributed to Banu Zahra, a Jewish tribe. Maybe I should put my name here, Zahra. Zahra. Change it. Where does it say? Sunnis, where does it say to kill women and even men in during, I mean, the atta- assaulting them? Oh, it's where does it say here? Muslims, at least in your okay, I understand in Medina. Wait, oh wait, the women? Ah, in these 3 days the army of Muslim bin Uqba committed abhorrent crimes such as rapes, taking fetuses out of pregnant women's wombs, killing infants, yeah, offending the outstanding companions of the Prophet, such as Jabir bin Abdullah al Ansari, who was blind, and Abu Sa'id al Khudri. My God, what is this? Yeah, so this. It says here, but he offended even the companions of the Prophet, Muslim bin Uqba. Oh, what's it? According to Ibn Kathir and Al Suyuti, the plunders and crimes of the army in these 3 days led to a horrific catastrophe. And according to Al Masudi, it was the most hideous event after the martyrdom of Imam al Hussein. Upon the order of Yazid, Muslim bin Uqba, see how I read. I see how I read this. Oh my God. Announced that his army is at liberty to do anything to people's lives and property for 3 days. For 3 days, okay, 3 days. He announced it. So, which one of you have announced this, Muslims, against the pilgrims? According to some sources, over 4,000 or 10,700. At least announce it. You see, Yazid's whatever devastating, atrocious army's treatment with people of Medina. If you follow Yazid, Sunnis, please announce, like Muslim ibn Uqba announced, that his army is at liberty. Please announce this. To do anything to people's lives and property for 3 days. Right? Taliban, uh, Sunnis of Parachinar, please announce it. If you're following Yazid and Muslim ibn Uqba, please announce it 3 days. What is this going on and on and on? And moreover, it's just going on and on, killing. Like that, brutally. Even this terrible thing he did, right? Muslim ibn Uqba, abhorrent crimes such as rapes, taking fetuses out of pregnant women's wombs, killing infants, offending the outstanding companions of the Prophet, such as a blind man, Jabir bin Abdullah al Ansari, and Abu Sa'id al Khudri. So, have the thing to announce it to the Shias that, that you would do this in Pakistan for 3 days, you would do this. Taliban or the Sunnis of Parachinar. According to some sources, over 4,000 or 10,000 or 11, 10,700 or 11,700 people were killed in the event of Hara. Of these, 700 people were memorizers of the Quran. That's how you lost the memorizers of the Quran. And 80 people were the companions of the Prophet. 80 people were the companions of the Prophet. So if you're like a Taliban, or if you're like Muslim bin Uqba and Yazid that's ordered you to do this, and you follow Yazid as your caliph, then please announce it. Announce that you're going to do this. I'm sure your prophet must have announced too against the Medinan hypocrites wasn't it? We will, if they don't stop, we will arouse you against them. Children, women, and whatever. You want to rape us, you want to rape our women, girls, so fetuses, abhorrent, outrageous. At least announce it, right? I don't think any Muslim should be doing this. ISIS or Taliban or the Sunnis of Parachinar or the Sunnis of Pakistan. Announce it then. How many days you're going to do this to the Shias? Announce it. Even to the polytheists in Surah Tawbah ayat, 1 year, one whole year was given to leave. So if you want the Shias to leave Pakistan, please announce it. Otherwise, say that we will do this, this, this. We will shoot at your buses. Now, at least, okay, Jews, those who you say attempted assassination on Prophet Muhammad, would they be pursued? They were exiled. Their homes were broken in Medina or around Medina. But then when they went away, they weren't pursued, right? Even Israel announces it before it attacks them in Gaza. For God's sakes. This is not even the worst of Islam I'm seeing here. This is not even the worst of Islam, your Caliph Yazid. Muslim ibn Uqba. Please, what is this? Pakistani Shia Sunnis. You're following Muslim ibn Uqba? At least announce it. Now we've lost. We can never come back. Announce it. Taliban, ISIS, Daesh. Sunnis of Pakistan. Announce it. Okay, thank you very much. I have to go now.